I think we might be safe this time. Welcome into Clippers talk. Post game, as there's still a minute 20 left, as the Clippers lead by 12 over the Milwaukee Bucks here. I think we're safe. They're up by enough where the Bucks shouldn't be fouling them intentionally. It has been really ugly. Clippers Bucks post game. Putting the link out now. I just oh like Kobe Sanders just missed a three-pointer on the far side with about 1 minute left. Clippers by 12 again, 50 seconds left in the ball game. As it has gotten really sloppy, has gotten to be an ugly, tough watch again. But this time it looks like they're running through the tape, and they are not currently making it any closer than it needs to be. Welcome in, Mio. Appreciate you in here. 53.5 seconds left. Clippers up 100 to 88 here. As it's mercifully coming to an end after a plethora of fouls, a flagrant one on Jordan Miller. Bucks have one going in and out. Back come the Clippers the other way. Oh, a lob up and in as Kobe Sanders couldn't get the dunk, but he just kind of finessed it in with the right hand. Beautifully done. Defense was called off. It looks like it should be called off on both ends at this point. The Clippers want to close strongly. Jeremy Castleberry said after last game, Friday night against Houston, they didn't like the way they closed. Milwaukee's still fouling, or we have a timeout here. Clippers up by 14, 23.5 seconds left. Is Cam Christie is the question. He threw the lob to Kobe Sanders here, who caught it. I'm not going to say he looked like Vince Carter in the air, but if he was, he would have been able to dunk that. But floated for a little bit and then put it up and in on the left side with the right hand, as the Clippers had numbers. Bucks will inbound on the far sideline. 35 gets to the 7 top side, back to 35, puts up a 3 on the right wing, goes short off the front of the iron, and there's a foul on the floor on the Clippers. 16.9 seconds left. They're in the bonus. Bucks at the free throw line, down by 14. I spoke too soon. It's once again, Kobe Sanders getting into it with somebody here. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Just a little something, something. Nothing major. It was like Trenton Flowers last game. Hey, guys are competitive. They're competing out there for their basketball lives. That's what you see. Clippers up by 14, make it 13 now as the first of 2 drops from Markovich. 16.9 seconds left. I hope Milwaukee is not going to intentionally foul. They have no chance of winning this ball game. It is an insurmountable lead this time. Even now, down to 12. Well, they're pressing in the backcourt. They're teaching moments. Just don't foul intentionally, please. Oh, look at Cam Christie dribbling into the front court. This actually gets me to my first topic. He was fouled with 13.1 seconds left. Cam Christie will go to the free throw line. As Dave Yeager, I see, is in the building. No, they had a foul to give, so they'll inbound on the far sideline. Kobe Sanders will be the trigger man. Cam Christie's handle looks incredible for summer league standards, but there's something pro level about it. Trenton Flowers now fouled with 10 seconds left. He'll head to the free throw line. You know what? Make it Kobe Sanders. Oh, they just want to extend out these games as far as they can get them. This is very valuable time for the young players. I get it. Any time on tape where they can show something is meaningful to them. Good to see you guys in here. Cardale saying Kobe Sanders steal of the draft. His mid-range, he knocked down a couple in the midi again tonight. And that's as advertised coming out of Nevada as he hits the first of 2 free throws. Kobe Sanders in the ball game coming off the bench has 13 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 1 of 3 from the outside. Hits both 104.90, 10.4 seconds left. Clippers up by 14. Bucks into the front court, spinning into the front court, and now all the way to the basket with the left hand hook shot. You got to be kidding me. A foul. Just don't foul. This is This is such a brutal fourth quarter, especially for Milwaukee. They got ambushed by the Clippers early in the fourth. I think Milwaukee missed like the first 9 shots of the fourth quarter. It was a tight game heading into the fourth, and the Clippers seemingly put them away early, yet this game is still going. 4.2 seconds left. Milwaukee down by 14 at the free throw line. Hoop ARJ said, good to see you, Adam. Hope you've been well during the off season. Excited to hear you once the season starts back up in September from Media Day. Looking forward to it, my friend. Clippers up by 13, 4.2 seconds left. Ball inbounded to Simpson. A quick foul. Oh my God. 3.2 seconds left. Did the officials also need work because it's summer league? Is that what's happening here? I got to be more careful. There was a minute and a half left, I think, when I started this feed. I thought I was going to go quickly. Clippers are up double digits. No, we're going to play this one out and make them earn it. Clips, I did say heading into the summer league, if Jordan Miller and Kobe Brown are on the team, they probably should win summer league this year because they almost won it last year. And they are both on the team. Granted, in tonight's ball game, Kobe Brown did not play coming off the ankle injury, which is why he only played 20 minutes Friday night against Houston. Looked very good, had 14 points. As Xavier Simpson hits both, 106-91 will be your final as the Milwaukee Bucks finally wave the white flag, concede. Clippers win by 15 and are 2-0 in the summer league as they are victorious with a 106-91 victory over the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 2. Game 3 coming up tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, officially now we can say welcome in to Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Moslin for this post-summer league edition where I'm at home and it's a little bit more casual. And Tuca was asleep. Then I turned around the laptop and she woke up. So we can get into it. I'll go through a few different takeaways here. And I think we need to start with a newcomer into the starting lineup who didn't play last game because he had an ankle injury. That would be Patrick Baldwin Jr., PBJ. And the PB is smooth because so is the jumper from the outside. Now, if you weren't familiar with Patrick Baldwin Jr., who started this ball game in place of Kobe Brown, he went to Hamilton High School in Sussex, Wisconsin. During his freshman year, he was part of the 2017-2018 team that made the state tournament, losing to future NBA All-Star Tyrese Halliburton. He lost the ring to him from Oshkosh North. 57-56 was the final. Baldwin was a consensus 5-star recruit. He was one of the top players in the 2021 draft. He was selected he was one of the 5-star recruits going into college. And then he was selected in 2022 by the Golden State Warriors as he played his college ball for the Milwaukee Panthers. So, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he stayed in the Midwest. He was just there for 1 year. It was injury plagued, his college run. And he only averaged 12 points per game, but he had enough big games in college, Patrick Baldwin Jr., that he still got drafted by the Golden State Warriors. And I want to say, did he still go late first round? Why did I not have that information written down? I'll get it for you right now. I want to say he was late first round by the Golden State Warriors here. 28th overall pick in 2022 by Golden State. He goes from Golden State to DC to the Clippers, who picked him up this past year in the G League. And while he averaged just 3 points per game up in the big leagues, he didn't play much at all. He averaged 18 points per game in 16 games for the G League Clippers team, the San Diego Clippers, while shooting 37% from three. Now he is 22 years of age now. He's a little bit older. He's bounced around. Again, Golden State to the Wizards, now to the Clippers. So this is a bet on the pedigree type of move for Patrick Baldwin Jr., for PBJ. And tonight, he started. So let's go through some of what we liked and disliked from his performance. With him in place of Kobe Brown, next to Yannik, Patrick Baldwin Jr. is 6'8", 6'9". He was playing the power forward. Cam Christie, the 3. Jordan Miller, the 2. I think Cam Christie was really the 2, but Jordan Miller, the 3, and then Xavier Simpson, who is 28 years of age and is out there to just try to be a connector and help run the offense because he has a lot of experience. Patrick Baldwin Jr. Early on, he missed a switch right away, and it looked like there was going to be an easy dunk on his defensive lapse by Chris Livingston. He missed the dunk. Welcome to Summer League. Baldwin then had a 3 at the top of the arc. Quick release. We saw that in what was the game he had with the Clippers this season, where he came in late. I'll find it on the game log, but he hit like 2 threes right away. And you definitely noticed his shooting form. It's strong. It looks good. It was late in the season against Dallas on April 4th. He went 2 of 2 from 3. Looked really nice. And I'll give you the actual number and minutes total from this season with the Clippers. Don't get too excited here because he didn't play a ton. Remember, they picked him up later. He played after playing 22 games for the Washington Wizards. He played 2 for the Clippers. Played 6 minutes. Went 2 of 2 from 3. 100% is what he is shooting as a Clipper from 3 in the regular season. That's Patrick Baldwin Jr., future GOAT. Okay, back to his game tonight against Milwaukee. So he gets that 3 at the top of the arc, quick release. Then he's cut into the basket and got fouled on a layup late. It was a nice cut, read the play well. Then missed an awkward 3 off a tip from Miller to him on the right wing. So he was set up. It was congested on the right wing. He and Jordan Miller. The pass went over there. It looked like it could have been to either of them. Jordan Miller kind of ricocheted off of him into the hands of Patrick Baldwin Jr., and he missed that 3-pointer wide right. Wasn't exactly in rhythm. A little bit discombobulated play. Another 3, and this was off the bounce on the right wing afterwards, was off as he brought it into the front court. Second quarter now. Wide open 3 on the left wing. Nailed it. A deep 3, then topside. Nailed it. Then things got interesting. Baldwin tried to bring it into the front court and hit a floater. So he brought it up in transition himself, but he telegraphed the move too much. The Bucks ended up drawing an offensive foul on him as he just trucked the guy. And he had a 3 on the far side corner. They closed out well on, and he took his man off the dribble and went to the basket for a 2-handed dunk. That was good to see. So we're getting some variety here. Then there was an offensive foul on a screen called on him. Then again in transition, after he had a steal where the ball went right to him, he traveled, trying to bring it into the front court. Another foul on Baldwin on the defensive end as they were trying to pick on him, like over and over again on the same possession. They went after him, and he picked up multiple fouls. But then he actually got it and went coast to coast for a bucket in the second half. Then went at it again, and there was a goaltending call in transition. So he got back-to-back plays. I think he had 4 straight. That was actually second quarter, excuse me. He ended up with 17 points at the half, leading scorer. Then he had a late shot clock 3. It was long to start the third quarter. Baldwin, a 3 on the right wing. It was a long 3. He was open, nailed it. It looked smooth. He was confident with it. So now he's up to 20 points. Then he missed a 3 that was really well defended. About 45 seconds left in the third quarter. So long stretch of time where he didn't take a shot or wasn't in the ball game. Missed another one at the 13-second mark near the end of the third quarter. Then he had a during quarter interview break with 3D, Dennis Scott, and Patrick Baldwin Jr. said those two got to go down that he missed at the end of the quarter. He also mentioned how defense was the most important thing, and they're playing strong defense overall. They are. Attention to detail is where it should be relative to summer league, granted, and a bunch of guys are just thrown in that haven't played together much, but they're playing hard. The effort is there. So then Patrick Baldwin Jr. faked a guy on a pump fake where he left his feet, but they didn't call the travel, and he missed the basket badly. It went out of bounds. They joked on the broadcast. I think it was Seth Greenberg who said, yeah, he was, or no, I think it was Dennis Scott saying that he probably thought it was going to be a travel too, and therefore threw his own rhythm off for that shot. But then he had a putback on a Jordan Miller miss at the rim at the 4-minute mark of the fourth. Did miss a turnaround floater late, but in this ball game, getting the start, didn't play at all last game, had the ankle injury. Patrick Baldwin Jr. led the Clippers with 22 points on 8 of 16 shooting. So he only had 5 of those points in the second half. Didn't get as many shots up at that time. Also had 13 boards, credited with 3 steals, but 5 turnovers. The shot stands out. The shot looks pro ready. It's pretty. It's so pretty. There's nothing to complain about there. The defense leaves something to be desired. His processing in transition, it was a little bit up and down. Started off poorly, but then actually got a couple of buckets in transition. I definitely want to see more. He's a two-way guy for this Clippers team. Interested to see if he starts tomorrow night or if Kobe Brown is back and he's playing against the Lakers tomorrow night. We'll see. But Patrick Baldwin Jr. was probably the story. But right behind him, once again, it's Cam Christie. Cam Christie finished with 21 points in 33 minutes, 6 of 14 shooting, 3 of 6 from the outside, got to the free throw line again, was 6 of 7 at the charity stripe. So just like last game, he's 6 of 8 from the free throw line and also had 21 points. Tonight, another 21 from Cam Christie. And after kind of a slow start, really was in control, hit a big bucket late to kind of keep that cushion there for the Clippers. But I posted some of the clips, and maybe I can even play them here. Why not? I'll show them to you guys why I'm so excited about Cam Christie. I mean, I was last year, not just because the basketball pedigree with him and his brother, but his shot's gorgeous to look at. You can tell it is. I would say everything he does looks very high level NBA player-esque. That's what you're looking at with Cam Christie. So I'll show you this play here in the second half as I'll share my screen. Look at Cam get the mismatch here and just immediately know what to do with it. He's going to end up drawing a foul, but sees his man. Look at the handle. Tween, crossover, goes to his left, puts it up, misses short, but was fouled. A couple possessions later, same thing. He gets the mismatch. He goes to his left, he draws the foul, gets the free throw line. But just reading exactly where to go and knowing that this is the best option we have right now. I got this big on me. I'm going to take him. So initially, though, early in the game, Cam went left and tried a wild layup and missed it badly. Then around the 4-minute mark of the first, end of shot clock, got a long 2 to go at the foul line extended far side. It was pretty. It was nice to look at, this long 2-pointer from Cam. Second quarter, Cam in and out on a 3 that was straight away. Didn't fall for him, but looked good. Then Miller to Christie got hacked going up on a no call with 1 minute left in the second quarter. I don't know how they didn't call that. It was like they just wanted that quarter to end. Had a really nice pass to Jordan Miller, and then had an ISO off the bounce 3 that was short. And even though some of these plays aren't connecting, like it looks good. It he looks the part. Um, did have a bad turnover, losing it later in a possession, going to the rim. So he hasn't really found his groove yet. But then he gets a wide open three and knocks it down on the left wing off a Xavier Simpson pass when they had numbers in transition. So he's only got 5 points at the half. So he's going to end up with 16 in the second half here, Cam Christie. Now, he had a play where he forced it going right, but drew a foul, looked for contact, rim pressure, stayed in attack mode, then got his man in the air, got fouled. And it was that play where they thought they weren't going to give him the continuation. He got fouled when his man was in the air on a pump fake, first of all. Then he put it on the floor, got fouled by another guy, then got a floater on the baseline to go. And they eventually called it an and one. You're also noticing defensively, Cam Christie, and he said it post game last time out, that it's all about the defense. And he's picking up guys, smaller guards, full court. He's doing it again tonight. Then he had a nice hesitation move going right for a layup. I think I have that here for you guys too that I could show you. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is pro level stuff. This is a guy who obviously is seeing the game slow down for him right now. And granted, level of competition. Let's not get too crazy, too excited. But here's the hesitation move. Oh, he gone. That was a great read by Cam. And just graceful underhand scoop layup going to his right. Love seeing that. More from Cam Christie. See if I can find where the hell I was. He's just nice with it. Everything, man, I don't want to get too excited, but everything he does makes sense with translating to the pro level. And I'll contrast that with some stuff with Jordan Miller in a little bit. But then I told you about, and I showed you the play of him taking the big man left, drawing the foul. He does it again 2 possessions later. Then he has a three on the left wing. Then he attacks a closeout and makes a really nice pass where obviously he just hit a 3-pointer. They close out on him on the right wing. He takes his man off the dribble after getting the pass from Simpson and then gives it back to Simpson topside for three, who hits it. That was very mature. Did miss a corner three in transition at the 5:30 mark in the fourth, but he didn't hesitate. He took a shot to the ribs. He drew that offensive foul on the defensive end. I hope he's okay. It looked like he was okay. Cam Christie's more than okay. You can just see the growth in his game right now. It's popping off the screen, and to have that good of a second half with 16 of his 21 points, great to see. But just the development in this game really is about getting downhill right now. You're seeing a different guy. He was not attacking like this. And then defensively on the other end, with his closeouts, with his point of attack defense, with picking up guys full court, man, Cam Christie, I have high hopes for him. So I mentioned Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller, another nice game. 21 points self. So he and Cam were tied just behind Patrick Baldwin, who had 22 for being the second highest scorers on the Clippers. Jordan Miller, 7 of 13. And it was a more balanced game. He didn't come out missing everything in the first half and then had a much better second half and a much better fourth quarter. He did miss his first attempt. It was a three in the far side corner. Then to get them their first 2 points, as I want to say they were down 7-0. He started right and then got back to his left, his sweet spot for an easy floater. That got the Clippers their first bucket. Then drove left, found Simpson in the near side corner for three. Miller misses straightaway three. Went left and missed a layup where it's like he ran out of athleticism on this attempt. Or like he thought he was going to be able to dunk it and just missed it, I think, short. Then finally got a 3-pointer to go. Far side, end of the first quarter, 3-point bucket for Jordan Miller, who talked about how big threes are for him. That's what they want to see. We heard it from Lawrence Frank after the draft, what he was looking for specifically from Jordan Miller, and this was before he was waived. And he was 3 of 7 from distance in this ball game. Compare that to 2 of 7 last game. So made one more. It's progress. He makes his next 3-pointer and he's at 50%. He's 4 of 8. Like, so I don't like going small sample size on the low volume stuff sometimes, because you can have this drastic swing on just one made shot. Okay, so after he makes the 3 ball in the second quarter, he lost the basketball, got a little bit hectic with it. Gets to his left then for an easy bucket. That's his bread and butter. Good switch onto the ball handler by Jordan Miller at the very end of the first half, as his man came over, I want to say, and set the screen on Patrick Baldwin Jr. Patrick Baldwin Jr.'s man tried to pop and thought he'd see a wide open 3-pointer, and Jordan Miller read it perfectly and switched on to him and actually caused a turnover as the ball wasn't out of the guy's hands before the buzzer went off to end the half. Good defense there. Trapped him on the sideline. So Jordan Miller had 7 points at the half. So he ends up with 14 the second half. He starts the third quarter with a 3 in the far side corner. Really good to see that. So he comes out, knows he needs to hit 3-pointers, and hits one right off the bat to start the third. Then it is a tough bucket as he throws it up going left on an and one off balance. Of course, he makes it going left, and the Clippers were on an 11-0 run at that point. That's when they really started to open things up. I think that was early fourth. Now, they didn't like how they finished the game in game 1 against Houston, where things got way too tight, and they only ended up winning Friday night 95-92 when they were up big. This time they won by 15. But there was an offensive foul on Jordan Miller who got called for a flagrant with what I think could be deemed a basketball move, where he's trying to do a rip through as you're trying to get into the front court and caught a guy with his elbow. But here's my overall feelings about Jordan Miller. I don't know if his game is varied enough for the NBA level at this age of 25 now. You look at the difference between him and Cam. Cam's going left, Cam's going right. Seems like he can do both. His handle's better. What Jordan Miller did that popped last season for us, that got everybody interested, was he kept having that little side step, 1-2 Euro step going to his left, and he just would never miss it, it felt like, whether it was Summer League or the preseason or the G League. And it didn't translate to the NBA. He had a couple of good games early, and then teams scouted him going left. They took that away. How do you counter? He wasn't able to find that counter. Now, if he was just knocking down threes, it wouldn't be so much of an issue, but he wasn't. And at one point, he stopped taking them. Now, if the 3 ball is better, and I don't know if you can say it's better, because in Summer League last year from 3, I think he shot 60%. Like, he couldn't miss. So we probably got a little bit too high on him because of that. If a 3-point shot doesn't translate to the pros, if he's not shooting at least 37% from the outside, that's what Lawrence Frank wants. And if he's too reliant on having to go left, then his game is really limited. Teams will sniff that out quickly. They kind of did last year. Where Cam, I think his attack is more varied. Even though he's younger, I just think he has more ability with his handle. His handle looks great for a guy that size. What do they list Cam Christie as? Is he 6'6"? Yeah, they got him at 6'6". What's Max at? Is he right below that? Yeah, 6'5". There you go. So it's funny because Miller averaged 25 per game last year in Summer League. And he was good in G League, and he was good in the preseason in that game against the Kings where they were playing some of their guys. But sometimes stuff that works at a lower level, it doesn't translate to the NBA. It's easily readable, and teams are able to game plan hunt you so much better They know exactly what your strengths are and they take them away. And that's what happened after a few games for Jordan Miller last year. So I was kind of interested to see, can he go right more? Can he hit more threes? 3 of 7 is fine. Again, he makes the next one, he's at 50%. Uh, but he also shot 60% from 3 on 4 attempts per game last year in Summer League in 5 games. So even if he is hitting them, does that mean anything? He hit them last year and then it didn't translate and he stopped shooting them in the NBA. Some guys can dominate at the lower levels, but they get to the NBA level and they just don't have enough of a varied attack or enough of a skill set or enough of a bag to where it all just gets cut off and you're very limited and your ceiling is extremely low and you're not an NBA player. I'm not saying that's what Jordan Miller is. I'm just saying, is he too much of a, I don't want to say one trick pony or something like that, but his bread and butter stuff that works so well at the lower levels, is it just not going to be there at the NBA level? And we're chasing something that's just not going to translate. Where I feel almost more confident in Cam Christie because, well, his shot looks beautiful. It's perfect. He can do it off the bounce. He can do it catch and shoot. Even though he didn't shoot a high enough percentage last year in the G League. He got up the attempts at least. I'm not worried about it really because his form's damn near perfect. And now you see his handles this good and his defense. Everything he does looks more like it's trending towards I am NBA ready. I am closer to being ready. We'll see how it turns out. Jordan Miller's an unrestricted free agent. He's fighting for a job on this team. He's fighting for a job in the league. Clippers do have some open roster spots for now. We will see what moves are made in the next few days here. I haven't checked the chat, so if like Bradley Beal was just waived, I'm still going through my notes here. I wouldn't say Miller has no defense. I'd call it out an exact defensive play that was highlighted in this ball game. But everything Cam Christie does, like it looks more like an NBA player. And Jordan Miller looks like some of it looks awkward, but it works at the lower levels. I just don't know if it's going to work. It doesn't look as polished and doesn't look like he can go right enough. He has to be able to. So that's something to keep an eye on. I'm rooting for him. I am. I love his mindset. He is not curling up into the fetal position because he got waived and he's giving up. He's having belief in himself that he is an NBA player. And he may very well be. All right, let's get to Yannik. Yannik, Conan, Niedenhauser. So Yannik, if you look at the overall numbers tonight, 0 of 4. Wait, no, that was last game. Sorry. 1 of 1, 100%. From 0% to 100%. Friday night, Tuesday night. Got his first bucket. It was a lob. I'll show it to you here in a little bit. But just 2 points, just 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block. 23 minutes. Here's something I'm going to tell you. I know he had 10 rebounds last game. I watched the game also. I didn't think the film was great on the rebounds he got. I didn't think it was like he had to battle for them or they were 50-50 balls. I thought the 10 rebounds, it was a little bit fugazi. It wasn't, oh, he's figured it out and he's a much better rebounder, because that was an issue for him in college. Doesn't have great rebounding instincts. Has great rim protecting instincts. He had a block tonight, a big one. So things start off early in the ball game. He switches onto a guard on the left wing, and he stayed with him. Now, that guard had to give up the basketball, found a guy on a slot cut for an easy dunk, but Chandler on the call, one of the broadcasters noted Yannick staying with that small, tracking him very well from the right wing all the way to, I think, around 6 feet from the basket before he gave it up. And he had to, because Yannick, he didn't lose him. He moved his feet well. Then he had a nice closeout on a near side corner 3. He had just 2 boards at the half, though, and he hadn't taken a shot. And I tweeted out, I hope they try to get him more involved on the offensive end. It's difficult when you don't have like a traditional point guard running mate. Simpson's trying to play that role for them and trying to get them and initiate their offense, of course. and he did eventually, but they just weren't featuring him at all. I'm not saying you can give it to Yannik and put him on the block, but I think he could run some pick and roll, and they just weren't. Now, Jeremy Castleberry said after game one that they're really just trying to get two on the ball and then kickouts leading to bucket. Like their offense was just, sorry, I was watching some of the highlights as the game's still up. Just simplified offense. Just drive, try to get two guys on the ball, and then find the open man. So I don't know how many pick and rolls they actually were running, but yeah. Yannick then dribbled the ball into the front court nicely in the second half, early in the third quarter, and found Cam on a nice bounce pass feed who was going left. He didn't convert the layup. If he did, I think this would have been highlighted more because it was a really nice pass. And once again, Yannick showed off the handle. Then he got taken out at the 8:57 mark of the third. And I was like, what's going on? Is he hurt? Is he okay? He came back in at the 8:12 mark. I think maybe they took him out just to coach him up and then put him right back in. I don't know. Maybe he was getting instructions. But he then whiffed on a rebound on a Jordan Miller missed three where he was just way out of position. But then he had a nice pass to Simpson on kind of a give and go. It was another pass to a small. Obviously, he's the big out there, but you don't typically see. It was a nice pass, and both those passes were on the money for your big from your big man. They stood out to me. And then at the 5-minute mark of the third, Yannick set a bone-crushing screen, and I do have that highlight for you because I've been calling him. It's not that original, but Conan the Destroyer. There's the Barbarian, but then there was also the sequel, The Destroyer. Well, here's some Destroyer.
A decade straight of playoff basketball. Oh, great screen by a decade straight of playoff basketball. Oh, great screen by the rookie.
Was not moving. That is a great
Great
screen.
screen by the rookie.
Kobe Sanders,
Christie,
he kicks it out to Cam Christie
a
for a
decade
three-pointer on the
straight
left
of
wing.
playoff basketball. Oh, great screen by the rookie. Christie, the three.
Come on. The Destroyer on that play. Look at the whiplash by this guy. Look at where the cursor is. Watch right there. Keep your eyes there. Okay, maybe there's a little bit to the left. I don't know if my guy's trying to sell it or he's really a crash test on me, but
great screen by the rookie.
It's a great screen from Yannick. Give him some love there. Then Yannick has a big block. Staying with the smaller guy. I think I have that highlight for you too. Might as well show it. If I pulled it, might as well. His instincts around the rim, and I posted one from last game too. Really, really good for a rim protector, for somebody billed as a rim protector. I like what I'm seeing there. I don't know if this was the one I was thinking of. This is the only block he got, but there was another play I think he was just tracking a small. Made with him again. But here's the block.
I'm pretty impressed with that. Knowing this guy. I'm pretty impressed with that.
You get up, and you're going to see more of that here in a second. But so that was his lone block of the game. Now he has the pick and roll with Simpson for his first bucket as a pro. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I found it. All right. Here's Yannick. And I don't know how many pick and rolls they really ran, but he got behind his defender quickly and showed off the 37-inch max vert that he had at the combine, easily the best for a big man. And Simpson threw him a dime here. Get up. What I like to do when I judge how high a guy is, like, where is he in relationship to head to rim? And his head is like more than halfway up the net, easily. There was another angle they showed. I don't think I have that. But yeah, Yannick's first bucket as a Clipper. Happy to see it. That was at the 6:30 mark of the fourth. So at times it looks like when it comes to rebounds and where he's supposed to be positionally, he's processing and the game is moving too fast. but at times he's had some really, really smooth plays. That pick and roll was nice, and I don't know if that was coming out of a timeout, if that was just communicated between them two, as easy as that could be sometimes. But I'm encouraged, even though the numbers don't look like much. 2 points, 3 boards, 23 minutes. I'm okay with it. Let's see what he does tomorrow against the Lakers. Um, he is raw, but there are also times where he looks polished with his handle, and his defense has been strong, and he's made some good passes. So we shall see. All right, Trenton Flowers, the guy who said coming into Summer League, maybe I should play this for you guys. This was from Law Murray interviewing him before game one of the Summer League, I think that day, and he dropped this little nugget, and you could kind of see it tonight. He was going hard. Listen up.
I just want to show people, like, I'm the same player that I once was. So I think that's really what it is for me. Is just going out here and just showing everybody what I can really do.
Anything else you want to add?
I'm just ready to go kill. And, just ready to do whatever my team needs me to do.
Anything else you want to add?
I'm just ready to go kill. And, just ready to do whatever my team needs me to do.
Just ready to go kill, is what he said. So I criticized him for hesitating on a couple of 3-pointers on Friday night when he shot 37% on decent volume in the G League with the Clippers this past year. So he needs to put them up when he gets those opportunities. But Trenton Flowers hit a 3-pointer on the far side as soon as he came into the ball game in the first quarter. He did not hesitate this time or turn it down. Then he went left, tough layup, very aggressive. Then had a bad turnover looking for Simpson in the far side corner. Then he had a near side corner play where he took his man off the dribble to his right for a layup. Really explosive play, and he had a quick 7 points early on in the first quarter. Flowers drives right and then has a huge throwdown, hammer dunk. And while the defense was not very good on this play, you could still see the athleticism. He was out there to kill. He said it. He's up to 9 points already. Then he got picked up full court and lost it going into the front court on the near sideline. That wasn't great to see. He was contesting the call, but it looked to be the right call. He had a good closeout defensively. That's something they need from him. His offense, I think, while he can be a little bit wild and erratic, there is obviously an offensive game there, and explosiveness and ability to get downhill. Question is, what can you do defensively? He was bad last year. He's looked better so far, much better, I thought, in this game too, specifically than even Friday night on the defensive end. He had a nice closeout on a corner three. Did hesitate then on a three where he was fouled, got to the free throw line. He had a defensive play that caused a turnover. He was using his length, sliding his feet, doing everything right, doing what he needs to do. He had a play forcing his man baseline. It was good defense. Ball went out of bounds. It was off the Clippers, but they had a near side and they had a far side baseline play afterwards. He had 11 points at the half. Third quarter, airballs a three at the 5:30 mark on the left wing. Then had a steal at the 4-minute mark. Goes the other way on a reverse layup and one from Trenton Flowers. The handle, though, doesn't look as comfortable as I would like at times. Honestly, I know he is on the taller side. Like, he's listed at 6'9". It doesn't look 6'9" to me. I'm gonna be paying more attention to that. When I saw him in person on a Stay Ready game, he did look very tall. Yeah, I should probably go with that over what I saw on the TV screen. He did have a turnover. He was trying to dance with the basketball in the second half, trying to shake his man. And then he got shook on a jumper later in the second half. He did recover, It was too late. The guy nailed it on the right elbow on him. Then had back-to-back bad turnovers. I don't know if the second one was credited to him, but late in the game, when they got it down to 9 at the 2:48 mark of the fourth quarter, Flowers had a really bad turnover. And then on the inbounds pass to him, it looked like he was not ready for it and turned the basketball over. So back-to-back bad plays there. But overall, Trenton Flowers stat line in this ball game, 15 points. So only 4 in the second half, 21 minutes, 5 of 6, 1 of 2 from the outside, 2 steals, but 4 turnovers. Who else can I talk about here? I'll get to Kobe Sanders in a second. John Polakidis. He did not get up 6 3-pointers in this game. He missed a 3 on the right wing, and I don't know if that's why or just lack of minutes. He only got 10 minutes, but he only took that 3-pointer this time. His defense looked poor. He just looks to be in his head a little bit too much. Third quarter, he did have a nice defensive play near the end of the third, but he didn't take another shot till the 1-minute mark of the third quarter after taking a shot when he first got into the game in the first. And it was a step back on the left elbow that he missed, and then he gave up a layup. I'm rooting for Fulakidis. Hopefully he has a better game tomorrow. He's struggling. He was an elite 3-point shooter in college. He's 0 of 7 through 2 games so far, and he only took 1 tonight. He only got 10 minutes. Kobe Sanders now. He had 13 off the bench, 5 of 10 shooting, knocked down a 3-pointer, 3 assists. He got a tough layup right away, going to his left. There wasn't a lot of space. He figured it out. Second quarter, gets to the right elbow for a pull-up jumper. That mid-range game from Kobe Sanders, even though he missed a midi on a spinning fadeaway last game, it looked good. Went in and out. This time, the mid-range went. Then he hit one on a far side baseline pull-up mid-range shot, Kobe Sanders. Did give up a hook shot to his man. Did airball a fadeaway at the free throw line. It was well defended. He had 6 points at the half. He got crossed over bad at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter, Kobe, and that led to an alley-oop. I mean, he got crossed over bad. He got crossed over into tomorrow night's game. It was tough, Kobe Sanders. Missed a scoop layup going to his left then. Had a step back at the 2-minute mark on the right elbow, but couldn't get it to go, but it did look good. I mean, movement-wise, it looked professional. It wasn't awkward. He was in rhythm. That's what I mean by it looked good. Like, you can tell he's confident in that shot. Then he had an off-the-bounce 3 at the top of the arc at the 4:50 mark of the fourth. That was good to see. Did miss a 3 at the 3:45 mark of the fourth, but took his man off the dribble and found Jordan Miller in a slot cut, who was fouled on a really nice play where he was underneath the basket. Kobe Sanders beat his man, found Jordan Miller cutting to the basket. It was a really nice read. I like what we've seen from Kobe Sanders so far. So it's Summer League. I don't want to put everything into it. These were just my overall notes from this game. Simpson ended up with 12 points with the starters. Did have 4 assists, 5 steals, 3 turnovers, but he's 28. He's playing college ball in like 2016. I don't think he just wants the ball. I don't know if he's long for the Clippers. I'll root for him. Just because he's 28 doesn't mean he can't make it to the NBA or anything like that. I can't get back in. But that's overall what we saw tonight. They got another game tomorrow night. I think it's a 7:30 tip against the Lakers. I'll see if there's any post-game audio coming out, because last night right afterwards they had some media scrums, and I was upset with myself that I didn't stay on later to get to some of them. Maybe there aren't going to be any tonight. I don't see anything from Law Murray. Stay tuned for post game. He did say stay tuned for post game. Come on, give me something. Tomer, does anybody have some post game quotes coming out? They finished stronger. Coming out of last game last night, Jeremy Castleberry, their summer league coach, he said we played well for 37 minutes, but it was bad the last 3 minutes, and it was, obviously. I don't know if there's going to be anything major that comes out of this ball game. Again, for me, it's about Cam Christie and his handle and him drawing fouls consistently so far. And like we're not even really focusing on the shot with Cam Christie, which is interesting. And he went 3 of 6 from three. Like the shot is what we were talking about last year. Now it's all the other stuff, and that's exactly what's being asked of him. Can you do everything else? Jay said need to send Yannik to the Don McLean Big School for a year. Damien said the Greek Freak isn't going to flourish in the summer league environment. He will in the G League. We'll see. Someone else saying John Fulakidis is horrible. Can't play D and takes bad shots. I mean, he took 2 shots in 10 minutes. He did take some bad threes last game, but he's pressing. You can see it. Mudir said the more I watch Flowers, like him less and less. No passing. Don't think his 3-point stroke is promising. Keep losing concentration on defense. Some of this is fair. Is he just an athlete? Is what you worry about with Trenton Flowers. And if you're not in transition, or if the defense at all is paying attention to him, like, can he get loose against NBA defenses going downhill? Is he athletic enough for that? Like, I don't think he's Russell Westbrook where he can just take a guy off the dribble anytime he wants. He's got to have more to his game than that. Mm. Yeah, summer league is a tough offensive environment, obviously, which is why you win playing defense. But the Clippers did end up shooting 53% from the field and 44% from the outside. But they had 20 turnovers. Milwaukee had 22. It's a lot of ugly basketball, but it's ball nonetheless. Ball is life. I don't care. I'm watching. Someone said, "What's the latest on Beal?" It's the same thing. All the reports say when he gets bought out or waived, he'll be with the Clippers. There was another report earlier today by Scoop B talking about the Clippers inquired about LeBron James. They were one of 4 teams between them, the Cavs, the Mavericks, and the Warriors. Those 4 teams allegedly inquired about LeBron James' availability. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't know who Scoop B is, and I've never seen him break any NBA news before any of the guys that we always trust. It's not slight against him. So Scoop B, television host, executive producer, sports writer, and NBA insider, the insider that the players trust. Scoop B Radio. So he's a radio guy. Can't trust those guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much stock to put into that. You either trade Kawhi, you either trade James. You still have to attach another guy to James because he's making 40 and LeBron is making 53 million. Kawhi for LeBron could work, and you wouldn't have a very messy situation. But outside of that, now you're talking like you'd have to trade Giannis and Bogey and like DJ. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? Yeah, it could be LeBron's camp saying, "No, no, he's very sought after still." It could be Clutch Sports saying that. If it wasn't Scoop B, I wouldn't question it so much. And it's no disrespect. I just don't know about his news reporting breaking skills. If I don't follow you, you probably haven't broken many stories before. I don't follow him. So that's kind of the lay of the land of the state of the Clippers, everything that's going on right now. All right, we got some post game. We got some Jeremy Castleberry here. To hear from the head coach on Yannick Niederhauser. Here he was. I'm guessing this is post game.
What does he have to do to get more opportunities to, actually be able to
run the floor all game. He's got to run the floor all game. If he runs the floor all game, he rim protects and he continues to get behind the defense, he'll be okay. But he's got to get his conditioning in shape, and he's working on it. Like I said, every game he's getting better. So I like everything he's doing. I have no issues with him as long as he comes in and works harder than he did the last day.
How would you assess his ability to set screens specifically?
Good, but we just got to work on it. At this level, we're asking him to set him a little differently than he did at the last level. And like I said, his ability to take what we're asking him to do and actually try and implement it on the court has been really good. And he's doing that. He knows he's got to get there, get in, get out. As soon as he sees the defense turn their feet or turn their body, he's getting out. And now it's on the guards to make the right play.
So there was Jeremy Castleberry post game. It looks like it cleared out quickly at the pavilion. Is that what that is? It's not the Thomas and Mack. It's really small. It's like a high school gym. There's the great Lauren Rosen, Clippers reporter. I interpret a lot of that as Yannik is very raw and has a ways to go. Even though he's 22, he hasn't played a ton of basketball. And what he mentioned about setting screens differently at this level versus high school level, it's just different. Of course, he did roll to the basket nicely, and I like the question from Law too. Like, what does he have to do? Basically, it sounded like to get more involved. And he said, run the floor hard, and they will find you. Because he wasn't getting touches to the basket at all. But it's summer league. If you're big in summer league, you're so dependent on everybody else getting you the basketball. It makes life really difficult. So, and they really only have one true guard, Xavier Simpson, like point guard. So it's rough. We've confirmed the athleticism part of Yannick Nienhauser. And then the surprises with him is the handle, the passing. I don't know if I'm that surprised by the rim protection, but it's looked good. It's looked really good. So I'm pleased. But long way to go for everybody. It's not going to be an overnight success. I know everybody wants that because he's pick 30. But pick 30s have a 15% chance of still being in the league 5 years from now, according to Lawrence Frank, and I believe it based upon my own research. It's really hard. Conan will be fine, says Damian. Yannick, Conan, Niederhauser. I believe in him. There is something there. There is something very interesting with his athleticism. Like, I'm hoping as long as he can pick things up quickly enough, just hone in on being a rim runner and a rim protector. But the rebounding has to get better. Garrett said Giannis got to use his athleticism more. A guy that big with his mobility should be running around these summer league bigs for leak outs, second chances, etc. That's how he will make it happen. He also mentioned Jeremy Castleberry that said, his conditioning. Like, his wind may not be where it needs to be for a big man. They get tired easier, and if you haven't been playing a bunch of basketball as of late, it probably hasn't been because the draft was a bit ago, the training camp, the draft combine, and the G League Elite. That was a bit ago. Well, no shit. Legend of experiment. Zubats is better than Yannick. Big if true. This is the understatement of the year. Yes, a guy who proved to be a top 5 center this season happens to be better than Yannick. This guy's a legend, all right. Legendary post here. Come on. Is that it? Is that all you got? Hey, Zubac's better than Yannick. You want a cookie for that? Of course he is. All right, we got some Patrick Baldwin Jr. sound. This comes from Law Murray. of the Athletic.
What helped you get into a rhythm for this game?
This summer I've just worked on playing with an edge. I think that edge helped propel me through whatever barrier I had coming into this game, whether that's an ankle, a minutes restriction. Just playing with an edge is important as an athlete. It makes you aggressive. It makes you, the aggressor.
I like that. I like that a lot. His mindset is different now. Like he had an ankle injury Friday night. Maybe he's still dealing with it. And he said, I got to play. I'm on a 2-way contract. I got to show something. And he did. Patrick Baldwin Jr. led him with 22 points, 8 of 16 shooting. So 10 of his 16 shots were threes, and he hit 4 of them. That's a nice night. It wasn't perfect, but that's a nice night.
You were around a lot of really established vets in your career in Golden State, and obviously there's some guys like that here as well. What you just mentioned, that edge, is that something that you feel like you picked up from certain vets that's kind of helped you establish that?
Yeah, I think that's what, I think great individual players have. They have something that, gets them up in the morning and makes them lace it up extra tight, but I think winning teams have that. So I think that's important. It can be developed. I'm not going to sit here and say 5 years ago I had an edge to my game. I think that's something that I've worked on, but it's something that I've seen winning teams have, and you can add mental parts to your game just like you can add physical parts to your game.
Ooh. Patrick Baldwin not just cooking on the court. What an answer. You can add mental parts to your game, not just physical parts. That's a great answer there. Saying he didn't have the edge 5 years ago, but if he's got it now, you want guys that are self-driven, that are self-motivated like that. He needs that edge, especially defensively. Joey Lynn, good question there. Law Murray in there. Loved hearing that from Patrick Baldwin Jr. Rooting for him. All right, we got more from him. We're not done here. I waited for this post-game sound for a reason. I'm talking quieter because it's getting later in the night. The night is dark and full of terror. Patrick Baldwin Jr.
How do you balance when your shot opened up a lot for everybody? Mm-hmm. You had that one play in the corner, you pumped it, you could have easily shot a 3 because you made some, and you got all the way to the rim for it. How do you balance and fill that out?
As gifted as I may be shooting, I think I'm always just taking what the defense gives me. If they're closing out too hard, put on the floor, get to the rim. If, they're not there, it's a shot. So, just making the game really simple for me is just how to be effective.
Taken. Read the game. You don't have to just do what you do best. Take what the defense gives you. Great answer there. And he did have a great pump fake after they realized he was putting them up from 3 and making them. Well, now you have an advantage. They're going to close out hard, take him off the dribble. He did, got a dunk out of it. His ability to stretch the floor and the floor spacing really helped tonight. I think that was a big reason the Clippers shot 53% from 3. He was helping his own cause, his team's cause. It was a good night from a young player. People making PBJ jokes in here for Patrick Baldwin Jr. already. The PBJ eating his first PBJ video put out by the Warriors was hilarious. Oh, there's a video of him doing that? I did not know. Let's see if Joey Lynn posted anything. I obviously know he's there. Give me something. Okay, the same answer we heard earlier. So just that. Let's see if these guys upload. Oh, a little Trenton Flowers audio for you guys. All right, here we go. Trenton Flowers post game. Thanks to Law Murray.
Yeah, it's been super fun having them. Both are super talented.
All right, what's the context here, Adam? Gosh dang it. Why does it not? Okay, this is the last one of the night. This is a Trenton Flowers moment of zen.
Yeah, it's been super fun having them. Both are super talented, and I just can't wait to play with both of them. So.
Thanks, Trenton.
I'm good. Yeah. Oh, bet.
It's coming.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bet. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah,
So I don't know the context of who he's talking about originally. If that was Kawhi being out there last game watching him, or Chris Dunn, or if it was. But I guess that's all, folks. Little Anthony Davis reference with the Looney Tunes there. That's all, folks. All right. That's all from me then. Appreciate you guys. This has been another edition of Clippers Talk. What day is it? Sunday. Yeah, so tomorrow night, Clippers versus Lakers, 7:30. I'll have you here post game afterwards. Appreciate you guys. Be good. Be Cam Christie good.